Nope. She noticed my brother when he commented on her stream, but he's also a patron, so she should at everyone. So then that's what I do to everyone I know. That's why I'm on the stream right now. It's the only reason I'm here. I'm donating $100 to every time. No, I don't even give myself money. Why do you need? Huh? You should at everyone so like they know it'd be time, yo. That's true. Very true. You know that, right? I'm work. That's why I never improve.
I just unmuted myself in Discord, so YouTube got none of what I said until now. There might be other reasons this stream isn't so great.
Maybe, just maybe.
Alright, let me check something. I don't want to watch an ad.
Furries are hard. I got commissioned by a furry, and he's paying me really well, but I don't understand anthro animals at all.
Sorry, say that again?
I said furries are hard. I got commissioned by a furry, and I don't understand anthro animals at all.
Furries are hard.
Don't. You had to.
Thinking anthropomorphic animals, you know, thinking that they're cute or interesting, is what that makes you is a normal human being. I mean, like, Zootopia isn't some weird niche thing. It was a big Disney movie, and there's a bunch of other Disney movies like that. Like, it's a common thing. It's not some weird niche thing to like anthropomorphic animals, right? So, right. If there's going to be a subset of people that set them apart from everyone else, there's got to be something that makes them different.
Alright. I can totally understand that. I just have one counterpoint with that as well.
Okay.
And it's the demonstration of Zootopia as well. Tell me, what happens when they go to the spa to get information? What happens then?
Wait, I'm confused. You lost me.
Remember, okay, when Judy Hopps, she's looking for information with Nick.
No, yeah, you're talking about when they go to the
spa. Tell me. Yes, what happens? What happens?
No one has sex, if that's what you're getting at.
There's a lot of sexual tension in that entire scene, though. And you know it.
Stop. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated because I can't get my windows to lay out the way I want them to. No! God.
But no, this is actual furry. It's not just anthropomorphic animal. I'm making it as a fursuit. Like, I'm designing his fursuit, essentially.
Mm.
If you want...
That's the only sort of contingency there, is that if it's not about sex, it's gotta be about fursuits. But it can't just be about an interest in anthro animals, you know?
I'll let you look at my art, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. It's supposed to be a raccoon. A raccoon.
A raccoon.
Raccoon. I should probably have your stream up. I was just working, and then the call happened, and I didn't do anything else.
Kidius Maximus says, when does the stream start?
See? Not everyone did know. Told you.
It says in updates.
Look, people are stupid, right?
It's true.
So they constantly need to be reminded when things happen. I made a joke that my sister has to constantly tell me when we're turning to specific places, because otherwise I won't turn. So for the entire time we were in the for first like 10 minutes at the mall, she was like returning left, returning right, returning left. She wouldn't drop it. It's funny.
Need to hydrate. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to help you with your raccoon here.
You say raccoon, but you also like use quotation marks in that sentence.
I want to help you with your raccoon.
All right.
So I looked up what a raccoon looks like without fur.
Oh, not.
And it
Well,
turns
you got.
out they look pretty freaking weird.
Yeah, I'm curious now. I really want to see this. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up because I
Yeah.
don't. Oh, they look like dogs. The thing is, he said to make it kind of look like fur, but not exactly. He wanted some fur in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
he
so are you going to map fur on later, or are you going to just like do the thing where you model on fur?
So what's going on is I'm not making a render for him. I'm making a design for a fursuit. He's going to print this out, kind of, and make a mold out of it, right? And he's going to lay fur on top of it. And he said he wanted the fur like pattern, so he can basically glue fur onto it, if that makes sense.
Listen, it's possible that I'm just having a difficult time with comprehension today and, like, you know, understanding basic English. Because that happens to me sometimes. But I'm going to need you to repeat everything you just said.
Wait, tell me really quickly. Do you hear a sound when I press this? Do you hear anything?
I heard something.
It's probably nothing then. All right.
I can't
Anyways.
figure out what you're doing or anything, but...
All right. So basically, I'm just making think of it in the real world as foam. I'm making just a foam kind of like sculpture that will later have hair essentially glued onto it so that it'll look like a raccoon. What are you doing with my skull?
So, some kind of compromise then between fur and no fur, I guess?
Yeah, that's basically I'm just trying to get the general form down without any details of the hair.
So I would say what you've got here looks like a pretty good compromise. I would probably make the muzzle more narrow.
See, here's the thing. I did do that, and then he asked for the. I did do that, and he asked for the muzzle to be less narrow. So it's like, all right, you're the boss. I'm not here to argue.
Well, if you want it to look more like a raccoon, it should be more like cone-shaped and narrow and whatnot. But yeah, you got to do what the guy says. And
Yeah,
then,
do the diddly do.
yeah, I'm thinking about, like, the head shape is good. It just kind of looks like he has a human-sized brain for a change, which is probably good. And then the neck kind of looks like a human neck, but I think a lot of animal necks end up looking that way without the fur. And
It's because of the sternocleidomastoid, or however you pronounce it. That's what's really giving that look of human.
yeah, sternocleidomastoid. And
Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know.
I think so. I'm not even 100% sure I remember how to spell it, though. Let me look it up.
It's sternal, S-T-E.
Sternocleidomastoid.
Oh, it's sterno? I thought it was sternal.
No, sterno.
Oh. I still say we should turn these critique streams into a proper podcast. No, like, hear me out, because we don't have much to talk about right now, right? I say we should turn these critique, because I love podcasts. I'd be so down for a podcast, right? And we talk about art stuff in general here when there's nothing to talk about. So why not just have an art podcast? And if there's critique to do, we do that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
like,
so down.
This critique stream is already fairly free form, so.
Yeah, I want to do it, like, and we upload the video after. I would love that.
Like, instead of being live?
Well, we do it live, but we also upload it after, you know?
Well, I mean, my streams are like that anyway. You can go watch them after the stream is over.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look, I'm bad with keeping up with my friends' content. I remember there was like...
Dude, that's okay. I don't expect you to remember anything.
That's the right attitude. Like, do you remember Nintendo Catherine from the map that Crown hosted?
Nope.
All right, then. She's one of the few 3D animators on that map.
There were a lot of animators in that map.
Yeah,
I love that map.
I'm so excited for the next one she's gonna do. But she would like after the map, I talked to Catherine. She invited me to her Discord, and there was a solid 3 months where I didn't watch any of her content. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, she makes stuff."
What's she called again?
Nintendo Catherine. Although I don't know if that's still what she's called. She might be Catherine now. She might have changed it.
Looks like she did a 3D pony.
She did do a 3D pony. It's the most 3D pony thing in that map.
SFM stuff.
Yeah. She was thinking about hiring me for, like, making her a model, because she doesn't want to do pony stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I want, and she's like, I might hire you to do, like, a human model, but the thing is, she doesn't have much money right now. I'm considering just making her one, but, like, I don't have time for that. I need to think of what I'm going to animate for my portfolio.
Yeah.
I need time for that.
It's like, I'm not a selfish person. I'd love to make stuff for all my buddies, but I need money to live.
Yeah. This guy that hired me, actually, that I'm working on the raccoon right now.
Mm.
I say raccoon weird, I'm realizing. Everyone says...
Some people say it like that. It's not weird, it's a...
Well, here's the thing. I realized while saying it, my family says raccoon, which just sounds weird to me. I just say raccoon.
Mm.
I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, the guy that's hiring me is paying me $25 an hour. I'm like, whoa.
Nice.
All right. Like, I'll take it. So this is so far I've racked up about $50.
That is roughly what I charge for commissions. So it's like I have the set prices for different types of commissions. So any given type of commission, it's like based on how long it usually takes me to do something like that. I pay myself like $30 an hour for that. So. See,
I'm really cheap then, because I charge $10 an hour.
That's what it was before I raised my prices, but I had very, very cheap prices before. Like, a professional artist should be making more than $10 an hour. That's what you make at a part-time job.
Well, it's less where I live. But the thing is, I'm also not a professional artist yet, kind of. I'm just doing this before I get... Because I'm not a freelancer. I don't like... technically. I don't like freelancing at all.
I'm a freelancer for now.
Well, like, until I get out of college, I'm a freelancer. And I hate it. I'm one of those people like, I need a desk job. I don't need... Like, oh, I'm at home, I'll do this work. I want something like, here's what you're going to get done. Because then, like, I can do that. But if it's just, like, me, I can't do it. You know?
Yeah. The one other thing that I was going to say about the raccoon model that you made, that, unless I already said it and forgot, was that the skin on the ears is too thick.
No, you didn't say it. Yeah, no, it could definitely be thinner. I need to make it there, it's just very difficult to make thin parts in a ZBrush sculpt, because the closer you get to another part of the sculpt, it will start glitching and affect the other side as well, unless you have backface culling, but even then, it's still kind of messy.
Do you have any other program that you do 3D with, or is it just ZBrush?
ZBrush, Blender. I'm trying to learn Maya, but like I'm not trying enough. It's one of those tryings of like I fiddle with it every month for like 30 minutes. I don't have time for it right now.
I just got done with the semester, and 2 of my classes were Maya classes.
Lucky. I want someone to just teach me Maya, because I've tried teaching myself for like I genuinely did try for like a solid week once, and I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm looking for features that just only are in Blender, but like every time I use it, I'm like, this is just slower. I could do it faster in Blender. Because for most of the shortcut keys, you have to press spacebar. I'm like, why? You could just press like T or Q or something like that, and it'd be much faster if it was something assigned to that, you know?
I mean, like, I'm completely used to using spacebar for that.
That's the thing. It's slower because you have to navigate through the menus after you press spacebar. Whereas in Blender, you can just press. I'm trying to think of an example specifically with Blender. You can just press H and it automatically hides whatever you selected. Or Control T, and it does a pivoted. I believe it's Control T. It does a pivoted. It pivots the model or whatever you're selected, while also subdividing it so it gives you a smooth curve. It's so much more efficient if all the shortcut keys are right there, you know? It's harder to learn, but it's just faster in general.
I guess it's true that I don't like some of the key placements. Like, the 4 keys that I use... There are 4 keys that I use most commonly, like so often so that I naturally rest my fingers on those keys. Just all the time. And that's W, E, R, and Alt, which is not comfortable because I'll have my thumb on Alt, which means it'll be like crammed underneath my hand, and that'll get really uncomfortable after a while.
Yeah.
It's just really far from a natural position.
Yeah. I have problems with Maya is all. I tried to learn 3ds Max, but that has the same issue. I genuinely think just Blender has a better user experience. I think the actual design and layout of the UI is horrible, right? Blender's UI is absolutely horrible. But like Maya's productivity-wise is just kind of bad. I don't know. That's just my experience, though.
Yeah, I can't really compare the two at all. It's been so long since I've even touched Blender.
Right.
Are you looking at the stream?
Oh, no. I am. It's nice, though. It's a nice pony model.
Yeah, she only has 3 legs and no face and no ears, but the tail's looking pretty nice, so... do
you remember my pony model? I don't understand pony models. They still mess with my mind. I've tried to make one before, and I was like, why? Because their anatomy doesn't make sense from the 2 angles or like whatever angles you see them at, you know?
Mm.
It's designed specifically for 2 dimensions. It bothers me trying to translate it into 3 dimensions. That's also why I have a lot of troubles like making cartoons in 3D, because unless it's feasible to understand it from every angle, I can't get it right, because I'm very narrow-minded and like it has to be 1-for-1, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess the fact that I've been drawing ponies for so long helps me figure out how they're supposed to be in 3D, because I've already figured them out from so many different angles.
Yeah. Meanwhile, me, I'm just like, how's the nose shape? I'm still haunted by that entire excursion. Just everyone saying your pony looks wrong. I'm like, I know, I just don't know why.
Like, cram my flash drive in here and try to find something else I made. Until someone submits something else, I guess it's just time to show off what I did in my 3D classes.
My 3D classes were a joke. Again, I'm at community college, so I can't really blame them, but like, oh, they were a joke.
I'm at community college too.
Oh, lucky bastard.
And I have a bunch of like student versions of programs, so that's fun.
Well, I have those too. It's just that like I don't like they didn't teach us them. We have Maya, 3ds Max, and Mudbox, right? And we didn't learn any of it for our 3D class. Ooh, that's a nice car. Did you model it, or did you just paint it?
I modeled it.
Ooh, that's impressive. Can you turn on the wireframe? I'm curious.
That's a good question. I don't know if that's something that I can do in Substance Painter.
Probably not.
I will kill Substance Painter and open Maya back up and show you in Maya.
I need to learn Substance. I have it. I just need to learn it. I need to learn a lot. Mainly just the main programs. Substance is actually something I need to learn and I want to learn because it's not like it's way better than any program I've used. I know that. Like I've seen it. Oh, that looks good, but I've never had time to sit down. I just need more time.
Yeah, I worry that I won't end up touching these programs like hardly at all over the break. And then I'll fall out of practice.
Yeah, I just need to submit my portfolio to SCAD. Then I'm going to take a break just to learn programs, get some money, and just kind of settle, and then see what happens from there.
Here is my wireframe.
Alright, and now I wait for another like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Man, some parts of it look pretty janky.
It's so much buffering. Hold on.
Especially on the back here. I mean, like, there's no end guns or anything like that, but it just looks weird.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is a very clean mesh.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't use that. From what I'm seeing, you didn't use any triangles, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it should be like 98% quads.
Quads for life. Although triangles in some scenarios makes sense. I hate when people are like, you can never use triangles, ever, because it's not true. They're used a lot in actual production. It's just knowing when to use them,
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing.
Oh, here's a triangle.
When you subdivide a model, the triangles become quads, just so you know. And also, even if you don't subdivide a model, guess what? When rendered, the quads become triangles. So what's the problem in using a triangle? It only makes sense to not it only makes sense to use a triangle, or rather, not use a triangle, and it's going to deform the mesh to a point where it's ugly. If it's not going to deform the mesh, there's no problem using a triangle, except unless it's like a rigging problem. Then that's understandable. But even then, that's rare for a triangle to cause a major rigging problem.
Wait a second. Sorry.
I noticed. You're like, I was very confused as to what you were doing.
Cause Dead on Arrival... Sorry, this is entirely unrelated to anything that we've been talking about, so... But...
Yeah.
Dead on Arrival goes by some kind of cat-related name in some servers. So I saw Kidius Maximus and I thought, oh yes, that's that person. because cat name. But
Obvious. Wait. No, there's something in submit. We actually have
be a design critique.
All right, because you drew that already.
Right. I'm not here to critique my own work.
I am.
Go for it, I guess. Hang on.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Well, actually, I don't know. I was going to, like, go find a higher res version of it, but there have been so many streams that would take so long, probably. You asked me to submit art.
They ain't wrong. You did ask.
It needs to be yours.
Ain't this theirs?
Let's see. I don't remember doing that, so that's probably older.
Oh wait, shit, wrong thing.
Would you like to take the first shot at this?
Sure. So for design-wise, right? There's not a lot. It's a very simplistic character, so there's not a lot to say really.
Mm-hmm.
I like the blue. I like the blue on the orange because it's a good color contrast, but it's a bit too much blue at once. There's not much breaking up other than the orange. I'd say add an accent color or something, or incorporate orange more.
The orange would look really well as an accent if it was implemented in more than one spot.
Yeah, because just on the eyes, it's just like if it's just on the eyes, it does make a lot of focus on the eyes, but the rest of the body is just there, you know.
Usually, the solution to that problem in a pony is to make the cutie mark that color.
I hate that so much.
But you could also give him some kind of accessory, or maybe the darker part of his wings could be that color, or something similar.
Yeah. Actually, the in between the wings, that's a good idea. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's a... I don't know. Tail seems pretty simple. I don't, like...
I'd like to know what it is exactly. Like some of the design choices. Like, it looks like a bat pony, but its tail is doing something pretty unique.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, the tail looks... It looks like a groomed horse, you know what I mean? Like, where they have just the tip at the end, but, like, it's way too long for that at the same time. I don't know. I can't say much about this one.
Sorry, I know I said I shouldn't go looking for another, or for the high-res version of the drawing, but here I am doing that.
Don't marry none. I'm not sure about, like, another thing is he's not showing much character in his design at all. I have no clue what this character's like.
Oh yeah, that's not an essential thing, but especially
a good thing to have.
Here it is, I found it. A good thing to have is, you know, something about your character that makes it clear what kind of a person they're supposed to be. Holy cow, why is the zoom tool so broken?
So if you're like Henning from Flip Normals, he will add a cheek scar to every or mouth scar to every single character he makes. That's how you do it. No, it's not. Yeah, but like legit, just I'd say maybe give him like some sort of clothing item that just kind of gives some character in, like,
he does have a
scarf.
A
hat or something. He does?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and his cutie mark is in the reference too. You'll see it when the stream catches up.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. Scarf works. I like Scarf. Although Scarf is also still blue.
Yeah.
Well, purple blue thing. It's too similar. Like, imagine if the eyes were blue too. That would be like, what? There's nothing there.
Yeah, I would say changing the color of the dark part of his wings would be a good choice. You could add some kind of accent into his mane. You could make his hooves a different color. You could give him a different scarf. You could add something into his cutie mark. Like, there's all sorts of things that you can do to spread that orange motif further into the design so that we're not looking like a whole big pile of indigo
Water.
and then one little bit of orange.
You know what? I know what to do to fix this. Make it so that there's a bunch of stripes of the rainbow throughout the entire character. Boom. Fix your character.
No.
Just the rainbow flag entirely wrapped around him.
Okay, I just had it and I lost it.
What'd you have?
The thing with his character in it. There it is.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I can't think of much else to say, really. It's not a bad design. It's just very simple is all, so I don't have much to say.
Hang on. I've still got it in Photoshop. I'm trying to play around with it a bit. Okay, so if he posted this one, there had to have been something he liked more about it, and we're just gonna assume that's the colors. And drop those right in. Because his reference was shaded, so the colors didn't end up the same both times.
Good.
And then we're gonna do this shit to the wings and see what that looks like. See, that looks like it might be too much orange.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up. Oh, he just picked a random one, he says. She says, whatever they are. Yeah, it's a bit much orange, because, what was the advice I heard? I think it was like, it should be 30 to 70% for the colors, is the advice I've heard, often. For, like,
And that
this
was
is
more
particularly,
like 60-40.
yeah. I particularly hear that for lighting. So, like, there should be, like, usually, this is just, it's not like, oh, you always have to do this, but, like, a suggestion is, like, have blue, like, one light and complementary color light, and the complementary should be 30%, the main one is 70%.
There's also the fact that, like, you could add in a similar color, and that would help balance it out some.
And a hot pink. You should never listen to me, because all I'm going to say is sarcasm. Except when I'm genuine, then you have to listen to me.
I forgot what I was going to do.
You're going to add a similar color, but not exactly orange.
That's not true.
Oh.
But I guess I'm doing that now. Whoops. I had some other kind of idea. He could also have, like, a hat. Or something.
What kind?
It's
I was
easier,
thinking of that.
It's easier with the girls because you could just put a bow literally anywhere to even out their color scheme.
It's true. I was thinking of a hat, but then all I thought of was him with the obey hat, and I couldn't stop myself from laughing, so I just had to stop thinking of that. Also, I just realized something. You misspelt submit.
What?
You spelt it sumbit.
Where?
In the join the Discord below the artwork.
Ah! Is that an image or can I type there?
What?
Hang on.
I'm curious how long that's been there. Like, have you had that for all of your streams, or?
I mean, this is only the second.
Oh, I thought you used the same. I thought you used the sort of same for your draw fast streams as well.
Nope.
All right then. See, I like the golden hooves. That works well. That would work. Yeah.
And then, if you don't like the sort of fluffy hooves aesthetic, you can always do Sakura type hooves. Give me a sec. Like that. I noticed that the original design is something kind of like that. I don't know who drew that or anything. So yeah, there's just some ways that you could accessorize or edit in order to make the color scheme a little bit more balanced. Someone's knocking on my door as if this is an okay time to be doing that.
Knock, knocking on heaven's door.
So you guys are just gonna have to listen to someone knocking because I'm not going to answer it. Jesus Christ.
There's actually a murder going on, and they're trying to get your attention right now.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna mute everything.
I take it that was a sister or something?
Yeah, she's just being obnoxious. Don't worry about it.
Ah, I've dealt with that for many a year. So.
Fine. Why won't this notification go away? Okay. So we don't have... I was interrupted. Nope. We don't have any more submissions.
Nope. So it's just back to regular art talk for the rest of the time?
Sure, why not? I would be, Kidius. That's a good point. You know, if you want to rework it, I wouldn't be against that. Not like we're getting any submits. Bingo, that'll do it. Oh, I just picked a random one. Submit LMAO, or sumbit LMAO. I didn't see that. Yeah, thanks for the feedback on that. I haven't been reading...
You're welcome, Dragonborn.
I haven't been reading...
I've been reading it, but I've just forgotten to respond this entire time. I'm just like, they commented it. Commented it. Bless you. Was that a sneeze?
No.
I don't know. Oh. Well, I said bless you anyways.
Thanks.
But yeah, so you know what's really difficult?
Yeah.
Finishing an animation. Like, I've been on the brink of finishing an animation. I just can't think of an ending for it.
Oh.
Like, it's like I know what I want to actually happen for the ending. I want. Oh wait, there's something in submit.
No.
Never mind. There's nothing in submit. I mean, we could, but no. Yeah, I know I want. I want Zill to actually make an appearance in my animation, and like what's like the entire point of the animation is like my skeleton character is like drawn really like dramatically, and it shows like a crappy animation of Zill. And I want him to comment like something like, "Oh, you're a loser" or something, and then my character gets mad and throws his computer out the window. But the thing is, I can't think of a way for Zill to comment. I don't know what for him commenting should be. Like, my character posted to YouTube, and then how do you cut that to Zill watching it and just commenting something? I don't know how to do that.
Mm.
That's the thing. You don't know, and I don't know how. It bothers me so much. I can't, because I've all done like 95% of the animation. All that's left is just figuring that last like 5 seconds out, and then it's done.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. I don't animate much yet. I haven't taken any animation classes. Like, I know how to use 3D software now. And next semester I'm going to take 2D animation. But
Good for you.
I haven't really...
It's more than I did. Our animation was shit.
I haven't really done much animation at this point.
Yeah.
I have done a little bit, but not enough to, like, be familiar with common animation frustrations.
I think I've done a fair bit, but at the same time, I don't animate nearly as much as actual animators do, you know? Like, I've done game animations, I've done film animations, I've done enough to kind of speak with some authority, if that makes sense. You know?
Mm.
But, like, I just hate trying to think of what to animate. Because I love animating. It's really fun, because you can, like, depending on what part you're at, and unless you're doing, like, syncing up to music, animation, you can listen to whatever you want, you can, all you have to do is just think of motion, and that's it. There's nothing, like, well, there's anatomy in it, but, like, it's really simple, and it's, like, easy. It's just tedious is all. That's it.
I used to animate a lot on Flipnote Studio on the DS. And honestly, that was a great animation program.
I hear everyone talk about it, and I'm like, I've never used it in my life.
It was so easy to animate on, and I loved it so much. And I remember when they came out with Flipnote 3D, and it had more colors, and it had layers, which was revolutionary. And...
It was revolutionary back in 2008.
And I remember I started trying to figure out how to use Toon Boom when I got it, and I was thinking, like, man, maybe animation was just a phase. Maybe I don't like it as much as I thought I did, because I'm not very enthusiastic about it right now. And then I dug up my DS and I animated something short on that, and I'm like, no, it turns out I just really prefer animating in Flipnote.
I swear, there's some programs that just, like, it's fun to use it because it's so simple, and you can do better stuff on it just because it's so simple.
Yes,
like,
I would love to get myself a system where I create, like, the base for an animation on Flipnote and then just trace everything on the computer later.
I feel like that at that point it'd be inefficient, but
because it's easier to work out an animation, like the flow and the timing and the motion. It's easier to figure all of that stuff out in Flipnote. It's just that it doesn't have the technology to make really cool looking pictures, because it's got a very small amount of pixels to work with and only like 6 colors that you can use.
Yeah. I remember when I was switching from Blender, I was looking for a better sculpting program because I realized Blender's not that good for sculpting. Before I got ZBrush, I found out about Sculptress, and I was like, this looks too simple. It's probably not going to be any good. And then I started using it every day, and I never looked back. Sculptress is a really good sculpting program for beginners, and it's also just really fun to use because it strips down a lot of the technical aspects and it just feels like pure sculpting rather than like anything technical. ZBrush is Sculptress 2.0 basically.
I still don't know how to use ZBrush. We barely touched it in my classes.
It's so much fun if you learn it. I love ZBrush. Like the things I'm not gonna like. People say, "Oh, it's not the program," and that's true. Like that's not what makes you good. But programs can greatly limit how fast you progress.
Yeah.
And Blender for sculpting was limiting me a lot.
People,
As like, what?
I think when people say it's not the program, I mean the program doesn't speak for. I mean, having a good program doesn't grant you talent, but you can obviously make way cooler things in Photoshop than you can in MS Paint.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're gonna paint something pixel by pixel. You know,
which is an approach. I'll give it that. It's an approach. But yeah, like the advice I heard was like from people I respect is just usually like bad programs won't stop your it won't make you worse. What it'll do is just slow you down to a crawl.
Yeah, what people who don't let their program stop them from challenging themselves do is they take programs like MS Paint. Like I've seen speed paints where people make things in MS Paint that look very clean and very nice, and they've like figured out all these little tricks and cheats within the program that they can use. And it's like they've really taken what they've been given and made the best out of it instead of complaining that they didn't have something better.
Yeah. That's what I think. It's just like, don't stop because you don't have a good program. But at the same time, programs can definitely hinder you. Yeah, that's why I say, if you're sculpting, don't go to Blender, go to Sculptress. It's just a better program for sculpting, in my opinion. And then once you have the money, buy ZBrush. You know. Yeah, that's about it. That's my opinion. Just fun, easier programs.
So, I was thinking that since earlier you had me critique a piece of your art, and we haven't gotten a submission in a while, that I could have you look at a recent piece of art that I did.
Alright.
And I'm also going to slip a little plug in.
Plug.
My friend, Kira Griffith, just released her first EP. EP. It's like a little mini album, and it's called Escape Artist, and you can find it on iTunes and other places. And she's very talented, so everyone in the audience should go check it out. But she had me do the album art for it, so. So this is that.
I'm not sure how about the lighting. It looks like. Can you send it actually in the Discord too? Because it's very hard. Like the stream is kind of like blurring it, for lack of a better word. I can't really see it that well.
That's completely fair. It might take a sec to upload. It's a little big.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But this was particularly challenging because I had a few different light sources. I mean, there was the window and then the indoor lighting.
Yeah,
and then
the bars.
The implication of the bars.
The bars look way too flat, in my opinion. Like, it looks like an overlay rather than a direct, like lights or shadows being properly cast. Like, get the bars on the wall are straight, and on the floor they're curved, but they all look like they're conjoining at one area. And I know, like, it just looks off. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like a proper direct light source.
It was a challenge getting all of those bars to lay in a way that looked halfway decent.
Yeah, it looks slightly off. The foot on the bed,
Mm-hmm.
that, like, it looks like it's at a different angle than it should be. Like, it looks almost flat compared to, like, everything else. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like, there's no suggestion of form there. It looks like it was just drawn, besides the shadow on the foot. That does give some suggestion.
Oh, there's not enough.
But-
there's not enough to show that, like, it's a round object.
Yeah, it looks just flat.
Okay. Yeah, when you said the thing about form, that
Yeah.
I understand.
I understand these terms now. There's also no ambient occlusion on the foot, so that's also somewhat throwing it off.
Ambient occlusion? You mean like how it should be? Explain what you mean?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Explain what you mean by the lack of ambient occlusion.
Basically, ambient occlusion is, it's more in 3D software, so I don't know how often it comes into 2D, but like whenever I
It's a
sketch, I
pretty
incorporate it.
advanced thing that I don't know much about.
Basically, whenever a object touches another object, usually, even in well-lit scenes, there's gonna be a bit of a shadow in between those two objects. Like, not just like a flat shadow, but like, how do I even explain this? Like a faded shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get an example up.
For those of you in the audience, here's what you can do. Take your forefinger and your thumb and hold them next to each other and slowly move them closer together. And notice that the closer they get, the less light they let between them. And so
Exactly.
they create a shadow just by being right next to each other.
Exactly.
It's called ambient occlusion because a lot of light is reflected, like it bounces just all over the place off of other things. And so light can hit things at all sorts of different angles. But when things are closer together, there are less angles available for the light to hit it at. And of
Exactly.
course, when two things are touching, then there are no angles left.
That's what you think. But then there's subsurface scattering, which throws an entire like new concept into the ring.
I don't even know about that.
Subsurface scattering, that's used for more materials in 3D rather than 2D, because 2D is just the thickness of something. But subsurface scattering is the light passing through an object and dispersing. So, like, if you ever see a photo of someone with, like, a light behind their ear, you'll notice that their ear is red.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the light passing through their ear and being dispersed.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you want to get really complicated, where, like, the light is dispersed through the ear, and it changes the color to, like, whatever color that is. So the red of the ear would be converted, like, the light would convert to a red color as well. So anything near that red area would be, like, have a glowing red look to it. It's fascinating.
So, I put it on the screen, the ambient occlusion thing, and you can see, like, where the steps come together, there's corners and the edge of the wall, like at the bottom. You can see that with ambient occlusion, those areas are dark just because it's closer to something.
Yeah. It's a little bit of detail that you don't think would change much, but makes a massive difference once you actually put it into place. Like, individually it doesn't make much difference, but on a whole, it adds a lot of depth to the scene. And weirdly enough, the Blender cycles, it doesn't automatically have ambient occlusion turned on, and I'm not exactly sure how to turn it on. I'm still trying to figure that out. Sometimes I get it to work right, sometimes I don't. It's weird. They have it in the viewport preview, but it's not as easy to put it on in the actual render. And I don't.
Sorry for.
No.
I got an image pulled up for subsurface scattering. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
I was going to show 2 examples of it. Here's one where it's just the fact that the light is shining through these wings and they look all kind of glowy because of it. So that's one, and then I'm grabbing the other. Hang on.
Generally, the more thin and the less mass there is in an object, the more subsurface scattering there will be.
And then, yeah, a classic example is with skin, the way that it turns all orange and glowy when you shine a light through it. Yep.
Now you sound like Ducky. Yep.
That would be what I'm referencing.
I don't know that. I don't know what you watch.
I don't currently watch it. It's been a long time.
True. I only watched the movie, the first one. I never watched I watched one episode of the series, but that was the tree leaf episode, and I always wanted to eat a tree leaf. Or is it called something else? Is it called a tree leaf or star leaf or something?
I don't remember.
But I always wanted to eat it.
So,
anyways, back to the critique, because I mentioned ambient occlusion and I completely forgot to say anything else.
Yeah, I had such a hard time with this piece, so critique on this one is very valuable to me. If I could figure out how to do something like this better.
There's not much gloss or reflection in the metal in the face. You see what I mean? Especially the eye. I know the eye's a glowing thing, but I'm imagining there's some glass or something there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be some reflection there.
Right now it just kind of looks like, what do you call it?
Pumpkin carving.
Like plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic
unreflective
with a rough surface.
Yeah. I'd also change the yellow. Okay, I also changed the yellow on the. What?
What's the opposite of glossy?
Diffuse.
Okay, well then it looks like diffused plastic? Question mark.
Yeah, that's a correct term. It's just an odd way of phrasing it. I'd say more the plastic looks diffuse. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, the fingers on the metal arm are really short.
That would be for shortening.
It looks right on some of them, but on the middle finger especially, that looks odd. It doesn't look like foreshortening. It looks just tiny.
I can't remember if that was referenced or traced.
All right then, I'll take your word for it. It just looks odd to me, is all. But also, I'd make the little line near the eye a darker color, because it looks like it could look like it's popping to the right rather than going in, if that makes sense.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Okay, below the eyebrow, there's a little crescent, if that that forms the little inside of the eye socket.
You're
right?
talking about the one that glows?
Yeah.
Okay, so the inner line there.
Yeah,
it shows that it's deeper.
It could if you look at it right, it can look like it's popping out rather than going in. I think if that part was darker, it looked like it's going in rather than going out. It doesn't look like it's going out to me. I'm just saying it's a thing I could
No, yeah, I
What
understand
else?
what you mean. I was apprehensive to do that there, even though I feel like I normally would have, it because it's sitting right next to the light source and it is a reflective
Yeah,
surface
yeah,
as
I get
well.
it. Yeah, I get it. I'm just offering suggestions. I do really like the shadow on the clothing though that you did. That's really nice. Like especially near the folds. Like that looks nice with the curve.
Yeah, folds are definitely not something that's difficult for me at this point.
Folds are the one thing I can't understand. I hate clothing folds, right? They're whoop, someone joined the voice chat.
Hi,
Sounds like
Zill.
a monster. No, it's not Zill, it's a monster. It just
Mm.
growls. You just gotta growl the rest of the stream. See? Good boy. Now attack ban.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
It's okay. Um, the top right corner feels very flat compared to the rest. Like shading, like feels very flat compared to the rest of the thing. So is the bed. Like there's no creases on the bed or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a good excuse for the bed. That was laziness.
The amount of things that I've said that to as well is just staggering. Just like I should have an excuse for this, but I don't.
So, how about you, Zill? Do you have anything to say about this piece?
Let me turn on the stream. I'm just getting there still.
There is the image is in submit, and that'll be higher quality than what you can see on the stream.
Okay. The Kira Griffith escape artist one.
Yeah.
Okay.
She just came out with the EP yesterday. You should listen to it.
EP.
EP.
Your boy.
Stand for.
I don't remember, but it's like a little album, like a mini album.
Your boy PP. I'm gonna start saying that from now on.
It's EP.
EP, whatever, same difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you guys have commented on, so I'll wait for the next one.
We'll yell at you if you repeat something that he already said.
Yeah. Also, you're gonna wait a while if you're gonna wait for the next one.
You're gonna be on this one for a bit?
There's nothing after it.
No one's been submitting tonight.
Oh, you submitted something.
Yeah, we could go back and talk about Nick's
Nick did.
thing.
Oh, that's.
Oh, that's
I'm
the
not.
case ambient occlusion thing. Okay.
I'm not good
Yeah, the
at
ambient occlusion
terms.
thing is because Nick mentioned that there was a lack of that in some places.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. This kind of like drawing would be tricky already because of the way the lights and the bars work. The perspective seems slightly like off. Let's see. You got soft shadows and hard shadows mixing around. Yeah, it would be like, I think my biggest critiques would be like the way that the shadows move across her body. It's not accurate.
Really? I was saying the opposite. I thought it looked really nice the way the shadows are going across her body.
It's not accurate, I don't think.
I have to be honest, I was not sure how to do it. Like, I mean, that was a lot of guesswork. It was figuring out how to get the bars to look even halfway decent was a huge challenge.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is this one of your pieces?
Yeah.
So I can really tear it apart then.
Well, I mean, you can anyway, but yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm just saying I don't care about your feelings, that's all.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Okay, for instance, the way the light hits the leg on the left infers that like it bends, like it's like curving to the left side of her leg, or from our perspective, it curves left. But when it hits like the inner thigh and the
You're talking about the S shape on the thigh, right?
shape on the thigh.
Well, I guess it's more of a Z shape because it'd be a backwards S.
On the calf, I mean, the boots, the calf.
You're talking about
They go left, and then the S shape on the thigh and the forearm move right. I'm trying to like picture how that's supposed to work because it's.
I legitimately did not know how it was supposed to work.
That makes sense. It's a really hard thing to like figure out. Let's see. The shadow on her chest like looks like she just drank something that spilled down her shirt.
Oh no. Right into her crotch area.
Yeah. Like terrible coffee spill.
I think that's more the rendering of the shadow rather than like the actual placement of where the shadow is going. You know?
Right. Like I almost want to block this out in 3D real quick.
Maybe
Still,
I
I
should
swear
have
to
done
God,
that just
everything is like every solution you have is go to 3D. It's like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Easy.
I really wanted to get a photo reference for this, but I couldn't get anyone to participate.
Oh.
I swear.
Let's see.
It's like that one time you were talking about Marina. It's like the easiest way to do this is to make it in 3D and wrap it around. I was like, really? Really?
It is convenient that I have the 3D program now, though, because I have definitely used it to map out drawings before.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that too, but like Zill basically just like automatic, do it in 3D.
It's well, I'm out of practice in thinking in 3D, but like it would give the answers.
Yeah.
Trying to look at the following. Let's see, the line for face. Did you draw the shadows like straight to the wall and then like recursively draw the rest of it?
Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to. Say again?
Did you draw the shadows recursively? Like, did you draw like before the chair? I mean, like the jail cell. Did you measure out like where all of them go and line up with the back wall?
I believe what I did was I made a bunch of parallel lines on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had them come up when they hit the wall. And then I erased where they overlapped with the character and the bed thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just now noticing, by the way, that is way too small to be a bed, so I'm calling it a bench now.
It's very small for a bed.
And then yeah, so I erased where it was overlapping with that, and sort of the rest was a lot of guesswork.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be guesswork for me too. Like I don't know if I have the capacity to like figure it out without a lot of redlining myself. Unless you want me to do that, it might take a bit. But I don't have anything other. What's she holding?
A ball.
A ball.
A ball, you say? Interesting.
Okay. Like
interesting.
I think it was probably going to be a tennis ball, and I forgot to put the lines on it. But it's really not important what kind of ball it is, so...
Just so you know, tennis balls aren't orange.
That is not orange, it's yellow.
Yeah, Nick.
It's
For
an
sure it's
orangish.
orange.
It's an orangish yellow.
It's yellow.
It's an orangish yellow. That's what I'm saying.
It's a dark yellow.
It's an orangish
Well,
yellow.
in the end, it didn't end up being a tennis ball anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it matters because now I'm on semantics, and you don't want to get me on semantics.
I was going to bring up that this thing that I did with the motorcycle. I blocked this out in 3D before I put it in Photoshop.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
E.
And it was like the thing that I did in 3D was like very simplistic. Like I still had to figure out a lot of this on my own, but it helped just like so much.
E.
Yeah, I blocked out. I'm working on a thing right now, and I blocked out like a hotel room for it.
See, that's cheating. No.
It saved me so much time and stress. Then I just drew everything over it.
Very nice. And it's
I
not
can actually-
cheating. For the record, using references is not cheating.
Yes.
This is I know
I-
that you know this, Nick, but this is this is to the internet.
I love when people say you're cheating because you're using a computer. You're already cheating, you know?
Okay.
You're cheating if you use pencils or markers too, because you didn't make those yourself. You didn't make the paper. If you're not carving out of rocks with
How far does-
mud,
How far does this go? Do you have to like actually make your own pigments out of like whatever wax you find? Do you have to make your own brushes after killing an elephant for its tusks?
you have to start off naked and with amnesia in the middle of a forest to not cheat.
I was fully expecting you to say naked and afraid. Also, is that
went through my head?
the hammer from Handy Mandy
What?
What?
in your picture?
In the hotel room?
No.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Is
Oh,
that
it's Hammer.
Hammer
It's,
Hammer?
That's
I-
Hammer.
I was thinking it's the hammer for Handy Manny.
No.
That's all I
Oh.
could think of.
These are all characters. Like this is
No, I could tell. It's Yuzil, Din,
I have color
Hammer.
crowns. Color crowns. She's a purple one.
Wait. Oh, yeah. I see now.
I made her a bit more anthro. Yeah, Pun's the
Wait.
little lizard on the left, and then there's Tea Master, who is the green one.
Wait, who's the red one?
Pun.
Oh, right.
Character Dimitri, the little lizard boy.
Wait. I thought his character's name was Pun as well. Alright, never mind then.
It's Dimitri. We get annoyed about it because it's close to Dim and Din.
Yep, I can see how that's annoying.
It's simplistic, but that's a pretty decent model to reference, and it made the shot look fantastic. Like that, honestly, looks really good.
Yeah, I've got the Maya file pulled up just to show just like how little I put into the reference and how much it helped. Look at this person. Look at the butt. Just
It looks like a PS1 era game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what was that one motorcycle game for like the PS1? What was it? Motorcycle Rally? Oh, that's a nice butt. I like that butt.
he's got a butt but no like waist. It just goes straight up.
The butt just keeps going.
You can't stop that butt.
But yeah, like even this bit that goes forward and attaches the wheel to the motorcycle, like that wasn't in the 3D file, but
Yeah,
just
you can
Just
Yeah.
having those other things there made it
See,
so much
that's the
easier
one
to
part
do
you
this.
didn't cheat in.
You know what's also cheating? Getting critique for your work.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you need to
Everyone
figure
should
it out by
leave.
yourself.
All 2 people that are here.
Nobody is allowed to learn art. They have to just figure it out on their own.
If you don't already know art, you're doing it wrong.
I met someone like that, and I was like, what the hell? Like, you think that you just know it instinctively.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, you're born with it. You can't learn it. I'm like, oh, I
Listen.
have choice words for you, but I can't say them. So I'm a nice person.
As someone who everyone keeps saying is a naturally talented artist, I can tell you that that's not how that works.
Yeah.
I can't think of many people that are actually naturally talented at art.
Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between talent and skill, obviously.
Yes.
But the people that are, quote, naturally talented have either A, traced a lot growing up, which gave them a better instinct of proportions and
an
like
unfair
perspective.
advantage.
And then there's the other people that have a natural like ability to like understand certain concepts, like perspective. Like some people are more naturally inclined to that, which gives them an advantage. But no matter how much quote talent you put into something, it still requires a time and effort to develop the skill into something that could put you into a career.
Where are you kidding? Art's easy.
Says you, Mr.
Art's the
Kent.
easiest thing that's ever. Excuse you? Excuse you.
Show me
I
the last thing you draw. Huh? Okay, sorry. I'm
last
getting
thing-
to a sass contest.
So
Last thing I've hold on. Last thing. Okay, hold on. I will find you the last thing I've drawn. Hold on. If I can find it, hold on. I used it recently in a school project. If I can find it, I just have it somewhere on my computer. I'm not sure where though.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, since Nick and I both put art out there to be critiqued, maybe you should submit something, Zill.
I should submit some. Let's see. All right, I'll put something out there. What have I finished in the past while?
Okay, I found a joke thing that I painted like last week. Hold on. And it's actually pretty good, but it's not. It's somewhat disturbing at the same time. Here, there. It's in the wait. It'll load. There you go. It's in the submit chat. If it'll upload, it's gonna take a bit for some reason. Internet's slowing down for no reason.
Don't have any finished like fully. Well, there's some fully illustrated like shaded stuff. I usually don't get that far into things.
Everyone, behold the last thing Nick drew.
It's well done, all right.
More like everyone, behold my internet connection. Holy shit!
True.
Like, how do I stream?
You don't. Except you do. But that's beside the point.
And it's like I tend to have decent stream quality too, but
I'm trying to find the actual thing I drew last, like actually drawn, not like painted.
I did. That was a GIF. I'm just gonna
That's-
send you a couple things because I mostly just sketch stuff.
Sketching's better. I know. I like sketching. I can't.
Yeah,
stand.
sketching represents more of like how I do things terribly and roughly. Let's see.
Really enjoying watching this pair load.
It's a long time to load a pair.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wait, I found it. I found the last thing I drew. Like
I thought it
actually
was the
hand
pair.
drew. That was a painting. I drew something else. It didn't come out well in the picture. It looks like desaturated, but the colors are much darker than they actually are. I don't know why it came out so light. Oh, and I can't link it for some reason. It won't let me.
Oh no.
Anyways,
So
we'll go on to
behold the pair.
behold the pair.
Behold the pair.
It's a pair, all right. It's a good pair. I can't send the other thing because it's not loading.
Jesus, the teeth.
I love the teeth. They're so bad.
It looks like there's like too many.
There are.
Like he has twice as many teeth as a person should have.
Well, no, it's the scaling of the teeth. They're all the same size. And the fact that none of them are going in properly.
His bottom teeth are like twice as wide as his top teeth.
I know. Here's the thing. I knew I messed up, but I was like, I don't want to fix this. I like it how it is.
And he has
it's
a
creepy.
swollen eye too.
That's just how he looks in the picture.
So here's what Zill drew.
Something actually.
Some options.
He's got a fox, a dragon, and another character.
It's a rat.
It's a
It was for a
what?
birthday present. It's a rat on the left. It was a birthday present gift.
Oh, that's Kopi. I remember that name
Yeah.
thing. I don't know the person on the right.
You got noodle arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Here's the thing. They're half noodle because there's like lines for each one. It's not like a straight line. It's multiple lines that create a noodle.
What
If that makes sense.
are you on about?
I'm trying to explain this as best I can, alright?
Do better.
It's not one straight line. Or like one curved line rather. It's a bunch of lines that create a curve for the noodle arm on the rat.
Mm-hmm. It was a hard thing to like do. I know
Yeah, no,
that.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying it's an odd noodle arm.
There's fur overlapping each other at that point.
You didn't color in Marina's mouth.
I know.
Also, there is nothing to imply that the rest of Zill is there.
Because you couldn't see him. Zill's small.
He has one hand on her shoulder.
That's his
That's as
hand?
far.
I thought that was
The black
Kopi's hand.
thing?
Oh, the black hand. Oh.
Yeah, the
Oh.
little black
Oh, the
I
paw! Oh my god, it's so cute now that I can see that it's there.
Yeah, that is cute. I'd say Kopi's head should be bigger. I don't know why I'm focusing so much on Kopi.
Bigger. Hers is the biggest one there.
Like the back of the head. There's not much room for a skull there.
She's facing
Shrink the
closer.
entire head, but give her some room for a brain.
Yes.
She's facing more towards the camera, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, if she's facing more towards the camera, then her other ears should be positioned differently.
Also, you didn't color in the other ear.
I'm just gonna say that, like, in my art style is everything is heavily mutated, so like that's normal.
Okay.
Good.
Reasonable. Have a nice day.
Alright, next we have warm weather. I mean, warm clothes for cold weather is what I meant to say.
Yes, I hate cold weather, and I have this picture.
See, you're wrong. Because cold weather is better than warm weather. Warm weather sucks.
Disagree.
I don't have anything to say about this one. I don't know.
It's not shaded. How terrible of me.
The only thing I can say is, like, clean up your coloring and line work.
The only thing I can say is you can say is get a real job, you hippie.
I have a real job. It's not art.
Oh damn. I like it. I can't say much. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look cold. It just looks like he's in a bunch of clothing. But that's a background thing.
I have to pause the stream for a second again.
All right.
Okay.
Zill said he'd be back.
Oh,
He's
he
gone
left.
for a second. He's gone for a second. He said he'll be back.
Well, I left for a second too, so that's fair. My sister is doing everything in her power to make sure that this stream doesn't go smoothly.
Well, that's what I do normally. you're not even denying it. It's just like sigh. Yeah,
I'm all ticked off now. I'm sorry.
it's good.
She ruined my mood.
You ruined the mojo. Mojo Jojo.
I'm okay.
I hope you are. Otherwise, I'd be concerned if you're not okay from a few coughs.
What has this fox got?
I think it's a light. I will say, Zill's much better at sketching than he is
Man, I
rendering.
have to pee so badly.
I've been holding in the pee since we started the stream, alright? You can hold it in too.
Do you want to
You
just?
peed
Do you want to just end it right now?
and it while Zill's gone. I'm good with that. And the call too, so it just comes back to nothing.
Oh, I think he's. I think he just came back.
Oh.
Mhm.
So how much of that did you hear?
Everything. But
Oh.
just real quick, could you say it all again?
No.
Because I wasn't listening. No. The part where
But
he...
just in case,
Go on.
say all that again. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's the line.
Yeah. What
I was watching it.
is your fox holding?
I'm not sure. It's some sort of mechanical part.
Ah,
I thought it was a light. I thought it was a light fixture. He like ripped off the wall.
It
It
does
just
look like a
took.
light fixture.
and that sounds like something he would do.
I like
Yeah.
to imagine he just whenever he sees something he wants, he just takes it.
Like rockets.
And that's it.
Is that stereotyping a fox?
Yes?
Excuse me. He's not a thief.
That's offensive on your part for assuming that's me stereotyping when it could just be his character.
You don't know me. You don't know my character.
Exactly.
He's not a thief.
Also, his now that I'm looking at it, his hand is extremely long. If he's holding it like that.
No, his paw isn't coming over the top.
Yes. Oh, is that not the top of his paw?
No, his paw's
No.
black, dude.
It's black partially. I thought I just didn't fill that part in fully.
No.
No, you were just looking at it wrong. There is something round on the top of the thing, but it's not his paw.
Yeah.
Alright, makes more sense now.
All right with proportions. Usually.
Usually.
Yeah, this is good. If anything, I would just say he's got a lack of shoulders.
The
Yeah,
neck
he's
also
just-
bothers me because it just kind of comes to a point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I was having an issue with that one.
I thought there
I
was
had
something off about the neck, and I couldn't figure out what it was, but I think that's it.
Yeah. Might be a little too
Yeah.
high up too.
You need the neck to curve into the chin. It's a difficult thing to do, though.
Yeah, I was trying to. I think for this piece, I was like really working with that shoulder muscle on the back that goes into the neck.
Ah, I know the name of that. I've been studying that
Whatever.
muscle recently. Oh, what's the name of it? It's
I
gonna
think I
bother
even
me.
used references for this too. It's just
The
wasn't
traps.
coming out
That's what
right.
it's called. It's the traps.
Yeah.
Did I lose you guys, or are you just being quiet?
You
No.
totally lost us. You,
I died.
unless you said something. Like, we were just waiting for you to say something because you started drawing. I think.
Yeah. I saw movement and I was perplexed,
Flabbergasted.
asphyxiated, flabbergasted.
I'm just
My attention was drawn.
red inking. You know,
Why is it always red? Why can't it be blue?
because
This
it's
is
easy to see.
this is
Yeah.
blatant racism.
How does
What?
that look?
It's political.
It looks political.
Red is political.
Okay.
Red and blue.
What about the green? Green party.
Yeah, his head's a little up there. But trying to get those traps in there, like to look good. That was the big issue.
I think
Okay.
at this angle, the traps wouldn't be that noticeable, to be honest.
No, the difference here is because like we don't think about traps. You know,
Yeah. I notice them a
that
lot now.
sentence
Ever
could be
since.
used out of context, but yes.
Wait, that wasn't in context? You don't think about them until it's too late.
Let's see.
That's not true. That's not true, Zale.
The from the angle, like it looks better when it's not drawn as it anatomically correct. Oh dear.
It's funny you mentioned traps, because I'm actually working on some traps right now. Not those traps! I swear.
That's okay. You do you. And now Ban is drawing him as a girl.
Do you get it?
Do you get my humor?
Get it, you get it.
Didn't you draw Zell as a girl once? On the bed, half naked?
What? Excuse me,
To whom are you speaking?
I think I remember this.
Ban. What are you drawing of Zill
Trap.
on the bed?
I didn't
Half
draw it.
No, Zill, I swear, didn't you? So, I think you did.
What do you mean half naked?
Was it fully naked? I don't remember.
They only shaved
Yeah.
half of his fur.
I
Shaved all the fur off. Yeah,
Okay, so I was right.
yeah. I drew a feminine fae. It was in a reference to trying to turn Pika Petey into a furry.
I thought that was already done.
Oh no, this is way before that. All that stuff happened.
Oh,
So I
alright.
still have it around here somewhere. Is it? That's an old picture.
I just remember it. It just sprang to mind. It was like, oh, yeah. It left some scars. To be fair, it was a good drawing, though.
It was a
it was-
very good drawing. I was really proud of it.
That's what was disturbing about it.
And I could discuss it more in depth. I don't know if it's as appropriate for the stream. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's more appropriate than what you're currently drawing. I think. Where did I put it? It's on my other phone.
Your other phone. He has 5 phones,
I have-
guys. He's got one for him, one for his mom, one for his brother. He uses all of them. It's not. You said it's on your other phone. And I was like making up that you have 50 different phones.
I have 4 phones.
Okay, my original guess wasn't far off. I was jokingly saying you have 5.
I may have taken someone else's phone, so I technically do have 5 phones. I have a
Why?
flip phone in my car as an emergency thing. I keep a
Okay, that's fair enough.
USB or a spare like battery charger in my
Right.
glove box next to a flip phone in case something happens.
Yeah,
can.
no, that's
my phone's
reasonable.
gone.
I
Also-
remember. What? Did you find it?
Not yet. I'm going. I know where it is.
I don't like how well that is. Like how well done that is for like 5 seconds, Dan.
No, Ban's awesome at speed drawing.
That's
Yeah.
my skill. I'm super fast.
What was I saying now?
I don't know.
Ah.
My turn to talk.
Oh,
What were
was it?
you even talking about?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Where's...
I was saying something. I just can't remember what. Oh yeah, but like talking about the flip phones. I was at my food shelf because I work there every Thursday, and I went there and no one was there that night. Like no one came in to get some food, so we were just kind of like sitting around doing nothing.
Mhm.
And there's this new group of kids coming on, and they're obviously just doing it for the work hours, you know. And one of them, he's talking to these girls, and he pulls out his flip phone. These people are like 15, or it's like 15, 14 something. Pulls out his flip phone because he doesn't have an actual phone, or like a proper phone, like smartphone. And they go like, "Oh my God, you have what flip phone? That's so weird. How do you even exist?" And he's like, "I talk to the people I want to talk to in real life." It's like, that's so weird. You don't even have Snapchat. I'm like,
Wow.
really? Is this a thing? Do people judge each other strictly on the fact that they have a smartphone or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I was just so annoyed at them. I was like, you guys are jerks. All he was doing was showing you something. You had to be jerks about it.
I mean, 14-year-olds are pretty garbage as people.
Yeah, but I never went to public school, so I never experienced that. I've only recently experienced
Didn't
people in
get
school.
judged much at school as far as I'm aware. I didn't have a phone growing up.
I didn't have one until I was
There's more
15,
of an
16.
expectation now that you have a phone than there used to be. Because they're more accessible now than they used to be.
Yeah, and every kid now is spoiled.
The wrong generation. Am I right, guys?
Okay.
Have you ever tried drawing the platysma? It's such a hard muscle to draw.
A what?
I'm not sure which one that is.
Okay, so to figure out what the platysma is, I just looked at the drawing you're making. Anyways, take the corners of your mouth and pull them down, like an angry frown almost. Like pull the corners of your mouth down. And you'll notice, like, your neck kind of extends. Those little veiny things, those are the platysma.
I posted a picture.
I noticed.
That's this. I'm surprised how well you were able to crop out whatever was there originally.
No, nothing was cropped out.
Oh. Alright.
I literally basically sculpted the blankets to look exactly like that.
It's still disturbingly well done.
There is nothing there besides fluffed blankets and a pillow that I smack to put a dent in.
I could see this in like the Amazing World of Gumball if it went adult rating all of a sudden.
This is an adult. It's suggestive at most.
Okay, so
You know what I mean, though. It wouldn't be in the Amazing World of Gumball.
So listen, on this note, we are obviously done with the whole critiquing part. That hasn't really been happening for a hot minute. And I have to pee so badly.
No,
So-
critique this now.
No, everyone say goodbye. We're leaving.